Scene 1-1. Establishing shot. Main character is seen from far away in a large desert with nothing around him but debris and cacti. Scene 1-2. We see more of his features such as the number counter and see him plodding through the desert with no civilization in sight. Scene 1-3. From a little farther away, we see the character walking in the desert still. But the scene changes from day to night, and seasons are seen to be passing. As time passes, the numeric counter on his body decreases. Scene 2-1. The main character is sitting down under a makeshift metal debris shed, taking a rest with his head down. Scene 2-2. Counter ticks down from 4 to 3. Scene 2-3. The main character raises his head after the counter has ticked down, and looks depressed as he pulls out and looks at an old and weathered photo depicting the main character and another similar robot standing together. Scene 2-4. Suddenly a gust of wind blows through and blows the photo out of his hand. Scene 2-5. The main character scrambles to get up and chase after the photo, but the wind also knocks off a piece of debris that his head is made out of, and the debris pins the main character to the ground with his belly to the ground. Scene 2-6. Close up on the crank on the main character's back as its speed of turning is shown to be slowing down. Scene 2-7. Close up on his face as he panics and tries to get free, and then we see the lights on his face, lead eyes or whatever else is lit up, start to fade. He is still for 5 or so seconds, and then all of a sudden, the lights start to come on again. Scene 2-8. A cat robot is seen on the main character's back, turning the crank to power the robot again. Scene 2-9. The cat robot hops off the main character's back, and the main character slowly gets up. Scene 2-10. The main character reaches out and pets the cat robot, and the cat metallically purrs in affection. Scene 3-1. Cut to a shot similar to the beginning of the movie, with the cat and the main character walking across the desert. Scene 3-2. The main character throws a ball of metal, looks like yarn, and the cat robot goes and plays with it and returns it. Scene 3-3. The main character throws the metal ball again, and it goes over a hill. The cat chases after it. Scene 4-1. The scene cuts to the cat and shows it arriving at the metal ball and going to retrieve it. Scene 4-2. Suddenly an evil robot bursts out of a pile of metal debris and goes to grab at the cat. Scene 5-1. The scene cuts back to the main character, and he hears the sound of metal scraping and robotic screams. He quickly rushes over the hill to where the cat went. Scene 5-2. The main character sees the evil robot attempting to remove the cat's crank. Scene 5-3. He charges the evil robot and tackles him to the ground from behind so that the evil robot is lying down on his stomach. Scene 5-4. The main character sees the evil robot has a damaged crank, with a crack down the middle. The main character reacts to this by slowly attempting to split the crank into two and break it. Scene 5-5. The crank shatters into two and the evil robot becomes motionless and powers down. Scene 5-6. The number of the main character's numeric counter drops down to 2. Scene 5-7. The main character robot turns around to face where the cat was. Scene 5-8. The scene cuts to the numeric counter again, and the number drops from 2 to 1. Scene 5-9. The main character quickly runs over to the cat robot and tries to turn its crank, but the crank is now stuck. Scene 5-10. The main character sinks to his knees in the desert, with his head hanging low in utter defeat. Scene 5-11. The next shot frames the main character's head hanging down so that it looks like he is looking down on his numeric counter. Scene 5-12. The main character reaches out slowly and turns his own numeric counter from 1 to 0. Scene 5-13. The scene flashes to complete whiteness. Scene 5-14. The scene slowly fades into a several forest scene with the main character lying on the ground in the middle of a clearing in this forest. Scene 5-15. The scene zooms in on the counter on his chest, and the number is once again a triple digit. 999.
The end.